Hi, this is Ryan Johnson. Wanted to provide you with some information today about long-term disability contracts and some key items that you should be reviewing to make sure that you're actually getting what you think you're getting when you're paying your premiums. I'm bringing this up because I recently brought on a new client, and in our onboarding meeting, we looked through their contract and were able to identify a lot of gaps where the contract did not read as the client had expected. And so I want to cover a few key items to look at. There are more, but these are a few key items that we find there's areas that disability contracts are sometimes lacking or need to be changed. The first area is the definition of disability. So how a disability is defined is outlined in your contract of does it cover your own occupation? Does it cover any occupation? What is the duration of the own occupation? It's commonplace that your own occ is covered for the first 24 months, and then you're covered as being disabled if you're unable to do any occupation after those first 2 years. That may not be advantageous to you. You may want to have an own occupation that extends for 5 years or all the way to the normal retirement age or the length of your contract. So really understanding how a disability is defined is really important. And then also, is there a earnings loss required or not? So there's a way to do an and versus an or definition of being disabled and having a loss of earnings, or having an or definition where you only need one or the other. So there's some key components in there that you need to understand, and you need to compare to your professionals in your organization to go through and figure out some different scenarios, and if you want the plan to pay or if you don't want the plan to pay. The next area is understanding what the covered earnings are and how they're defined. Is it just salary, or should it also include commissions, bonuses, K1, or any other variable income that you may have? And then how are you, if you're doing variable income, how are you calculating that? Is that on a previous year's W-2, or is it updated on a different schedule? These are really important items because you might not be covering the income you're wanting or needing to cover if it's not properly defined in your program. The next piece is, how would a benefit be taxed if somebody was out on disability? So if an employer is purchasing long-term disability on behalf of their employees, that benefit is typically taxed. That can be corrected by doing what's called a gross up or a tax choice program, but it's really important that you understand what that means and how those things operate so that you can have your folks taken care of if they are disabled. There are some ways to correct all of these things. Sometimes it's just a matter of an amendment to your current plan. Sometimes there's buy-up options that we can add in place that can be employee funded or employer funded. But it's really important that you go through your entire disability contract, understand how it operates, make sure that it meets your expectations, and make sure that it's communicated properly to your employees. I hope this was helpful. If so, please leave a comment below, like, and share the video. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.